Greetings, everyone. Welcome to my channel. This is Q, and I hope everyone is doing well, guys. And today, we're going to talk about relationships, guys, in United Snakes of America. Guys, I'm not that good with this yet, so if you leave some comments, I can't respond right now, but I promise you guys, I will answer each and every comment. And once again, welcome to my channel. So, guys, today, I want to talk about women being led by men and submission. I personally think, and guys, I'm not saying I agree with it, disagree with it. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but what I'm suggesting to you guys that for the most part, man, the days of women submitting and feeling like they have a need to be led by a man is done. Now, let's talk about that, and let's talk about time frames, because I was born in the 60s. I was born in 1965. Big ups to cats born in 1965. I'm 54 years old. So everybody born in the 60s. You married, you got an old lady, man. You guys come from an era where men and women pretty much accepted their roles, they did their roles, and it wasn't no beef. Okay. Women understood, they cooked, they cleaned, they took care of the house, they took care of the family. Even when they had jobs, they still did those things, and the man did these things. I'll take it a little further, guys. Those cats who were born in the 70s, okay, you may share that same concept in your dynamic, in your relationship, husband and wife, long-term, common law. You guys pretty much respect your roles and responsibilities. Now, are there some men who cook? Yes, there are. But guys, for the most part, women do this, men do that. And for the most part, when a final decision has to be made, well, hey guys, we just can't work it out, the man steps in and says, "Her baby, I respect what you're thinking. I heard what you said, but this is what we got to do." Okay, guys, if you were born in the 80s and the 90s, you got an old lady, man, that's probably not the case, unless she's a good old country girl from the South, and those are some good girls. I'm not saying girls from the North aren't, unless you got a good girl from the South, man, those down home values. Or if you got a young lady from anywhere who had a mom and dad, and she saw that. She had a grandmama and a granddaddy, and she saw that. She saw that dynamic. She saw a wife who cared about cooking for her family and her man and looking at that man eat and smile. She saw that with a grandmother. She saw the dynamic between this is what the wife does in the house, this is what the man does. She saw that. So, guys, if you have an old lady that was born in the 80s and 90s who had that type of thing, you might be good. But I'm going to tell you guys, at some point, these women had a meeting, guys, and I wasn't invited to the meeting. I haven't seen the agenda, the minutes. I don't know what the outcome was, but I'm gonna tell you right now, they made some decisions, man. And once again, I'm not saying I disagree with it or I agree with it. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but women decide, hey, man, why do I have to cook? I work just like him. There was a time in my life where I remember, man, a woman, she wanted to cook for her man because she knew there's a saying, a way to a man's heart is through his stomach. So women really realize this is what I got to do for my man. Okay, a big booty ain't enough, a pretty face. Men like to eat, I'm a cook. But guys, these women of the day, that's not how they feel. Okay. And talking about being led, guys, women for the most part, especially black women, they have higher education than black men. Bachelor's, higher level education, they making some money. So they're saying, why should I be led by you? I make more money than you, or I make as much money as you. So, guys, I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but I'm just telling you what you're dealing with when you're confused at why this woman says, hey, man, we're walking side by side and making all these decisions together. You ain't leading me. I ain't submitting to you. And, guys, it's very hard to expect a woman to do something that she's never seen. If she didn't have a mama or a grandmama, I mean, a father or a grandfather, where she saw that dynamic between her mother and her father, her grandfather and her grandmother, she don't know what that looked like. So that's very hard for her to do that. And in this meeting, man, they made a whole lot of decisions, guys, that's puzzling you, and you shocked about, and you trying to pull out your hair. And guys, some of you guys are just going right along with it. I ain't saying that's right along either. So, but although women aren't willing to continue their traditional roles and responsibilities, they definitely want us to, okay? Even women who work, they want us to pay all the bills. Most women, well, I'm not talking about most women, a lot of women, even if they had father and mother, father, grandfather, even if they didn't, they say it's a man's responsibilities to pay all the bills. My question is, what is your responsibility if this man is paying all these bills? What are you supposed to do with all this money you're making? And you have more education than me, so you might be making more money than me. So I'm supposed to pay all these bills with my money, and I'm supposed to be broke or have little money left, and you're sitting over there on all that money. I'm just asking. I'm just asking, guys. I'm just asking. I'm just asking. So, what do y'all think? In this meeting, man, they just decided we're not doing that, guys. We're not doing that. We're gonna walk side by side. We're gonna make decisions together. Ain't nobody in charge of this goddamn house. Imagine a bank. Imagine a bank that had two managers with equal authority and power in the same department. They both had an idea how they wanted to do something, and they both had the same power. No one could veto the other one and say, okay, I heard you, but this is what we're going to do. Imagine that situation. There is a reason why they have levels of leadership, why someone has to concede and say, okay, honey, I got you. I understand. There's reasons why they have that, but I guess that is not going to apply to marriage anymore. I want you guys to understand going forward in your relationships and marriage, you guys are equal. A woman is not going to submit and you're not going to lead her. Get used to it, guys. Times have changed. What you going to do about that? Or are you cool with it? I'm just asking. I'm personally not cool with it, man. And I'm not saying that they're wrong or they're right, but I prefer to go somewhere and meet people who share the type of value system I have, who don't mind being in those traditional roles, no matter how much money they make, not mind cooking. Because, okay, imagine this. Imagine if my wife told me, hey, Bill, honey, I got a flat. What if I told her some shit like, hey, I work just like you. You take care of that. What if she broke down on the side of the road, car broke down, it's at night? What if you tell her the type of shit she tell you? Hey, I work just like you. Why I gotta do that? What if y'all in the bed sleep and she hear a noise, broken glass or sound like somebody kicking in the door? She wake you up and say, hey, honey, I hear something. How would you ladies respond if he says, hey, I work just like you. Go take care of that. The gun is in my nightstand. Get over here and get it. That wouldn't be cool. So if a person's not willing to fulfill their roles and responsibilities, but they still want you to complete all yours, like all the heavy lifting. You got some heavy shit in your car. You come get me to carry that. Hey, babe, listen to me. I work just like you. Why do you expect me to get your heavy stuff out the car? That's your stuff. That wouldn't be right. But women all the time tell us, because they work just like us, what they not gonna do. And so, guys, I would like to see you try that. Put the shoe on the other foot when they have a flat tire. Tell us some shit like, oh, shit, girl, I work like you. Well, guys, that's about it. That's all I got to share today. I don't go live a lot, guys. So please, if you came in late, watch the entire video. I think it's quite informative. And once again, guys, I'm not saying that these ladies are wrong for wanting to be equal in relationships and marriages. I'm not saying that they are wrong for not wanting to submit. But guys, they still expect you to fulfill your traditional roles and responsibilities as a man, okay? The heavy lifting, the protecting them, the changing the tires, all the handy stuff around the house. They still want you to do that. But in a minute, they'll tell you what the hell they not going to do. All right, guys, that's it. Once again, I'm not that handy with, I have to have on my glasses, so I can't respond to y'all right now. But as soon as I get off, I promise to respond to everyone that made a comment, and I thank you guys for your time. Signing out.